line. Hey, the radio, the big crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Oh, it's racing.
When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz. Get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker, the future is feeling.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey, so I started trying over the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high-quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
Tonight's race for the Lightning Wrapz 80 is Chicagoland Speedway. Has been presented in part by our friends here and our sponsors of the Pedal to the Metal Season 7 series. Thank you again so much for your support and your anticipation and participation throughout this series. And now, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the show. And race fans, yes, it is time to enjoy the show indeed. Lined up and stacked, racked, and all that. We're putting them back on the attack in Joliet, Illinois, as we're at Chicagoland Speedway for Pedal to the Metal Racing League's Lightning Wrapz 80 here on the show. Hi, everyone. I'm the Crusader Christian Stride. Join you guys here today as we get ready for it all here. Presented in part by our friends at Lightning Wrapz here at Ford Entertainment Group PC.net, Next Level Racing, the ButtKicker Company, and Ford Entertainment Group PC.net. It is our pleasure and privilege to bring you guys the showcase and the track here as we get ready for this one. We'll start them up on the pole here. We'll pilot it in the 55. It's Nicholas Tong. On their number one starter is outside is Corey Reed in 27. In row number 2, it's going to be Tyler Ork. And the number 8 is outside Kevin Menepace. It's going to pilot the 42. In row number 3, Robert Kahn pilots the 21. Who's outside is Dustin Sonaker and the number 50. At row number 4, Mike Rideout pilots the 76 outside. Matthew Hoffer will be in the number 84. At row number 5, Big Dog, Darrell Arnold, the number 6 is outside. Is Chantel, the Throttle Pottle in the 5. Row number 6 is Daniel Moynan, and the 77 is outside. It's Stephen Henning in the number 33. At row number 7, we then see there will be David Colleton in the number 99. That's outside, and his inside is Julian Conde in the number 18. Final starter, the closer, Cindy Taylor. Chicagoland Speedway sees 15 drivers make the call out of an 80-lap race. Lap 30 will be our stage break. And then we'll set them up back down on the track and let them refire and race them off from there. You guys know the drill. You know how we do things around here on PTM Racing TV. We're excited for this one, and we hope you're as excited as we are because we have seen tremendous racing performed here at Chicagoland Speedway, from the absolute clinics, the Cup Series that pulled on here, to the slingshot passes on the last bit of laps by the Xfinity. The Truck Series have played their favorite host as well with some plate track style finesse, double side-by-side cornering, hard racing all around. It's an action-packed track, it's an action-packed fight-off, and depending on how you play your strategy out on here, you can either make or break around here. Which of these drivers will make or break themselves, we're about to find out. Off the distance in turn number 4 to the front straightaway. Lead him to the green. Charge him up, and we're off. Expect them to be pretty close and pretty hard on the gas out of the start. Drivers are going to be trying to get early advantages, trying to get early pushes as soon as they can. Down onto the back straightaway they go here. Everybody already jockeying for positions, jockeying for a run here. Tyler Ork in the number 8 already going down low. He says, hey, let's see where this one can go. Kevin Menepace bringing out a scheme that, yes, it is very conceptual to Richard Pace's scheme, but this is actually has a little bit more of a meaning down there. This is, of course, the Uvalde, high school, or excuse me, little elementary school here, the school itself. If you guys have followed the news, followed the media, unfortunately terrible tragedy and accidents happening over on that end. And today, Kevin Menepace wanted to bring some awareness to that group and to that community. So much props to Menepace and that scheme today. Definitely looking out for the future and looking out for the bright stars that may be coming from that school and many others. We hope that they can all find peace and prosperity in the future. Jason Henry come on board saying good luck, drivers. Jason, we miss you, man. You got to get back out here, dude. I don't know how many times we got to keep yelling at you to come out already. Granted, now, yes, he does have he has a life as much as we do, but then again, everyone asks me, do I have a life when I'm broadcasting? And
I try not to answer that one anymore because usually half the time I get made fun of for it. So far though, so clean, pretty good air racing out of the gate. Again, guys trying to just kind of stay in a draft zone, trying to stay in a line of shot. Although this is the first time in a while we haven't really seen too much double file side-by-side racing here in a while. Seems like these guys and gals are getting a little bit more weary of that. Looks like they want to try to preserve the truck rather than going full haymaker, full haywire. Can't blame them. Obviously they got a lot of laps they got to deal with. It may not 80 may not seem like a lot, but I'll tell you one thing: when you're behind that wheel and you got that force feedback kicked up, you got these trucks literally at the mercy of feeling every little bump, every little surface, and feeling the way this track plays out. It's a tough little deal, bro. It's a tough little race. You really got to test yourself and be careful here. It could get slick, it could get tight. All of a sudden, you wouldn't even know it. Of course, many famous races coming from this track, coming from this show. We've seen a lot of some absolute clinics put on this place here, from the slide jobs even of real NASCAR to the absolute haymakers of hard close corner combats that these drivers, from boys to girls to guys to gals and men and women all around, throw out on this playing field. And speaking of putting up a playing field here right now, Mike Rideout and the number 76 trying to make something work around that number 5 Lightning Wrapz designed up, number 5 Chantal Otto. Rideout's one of those cats, man. You can't underestimate him no matter where you go. He can always find a way to make things just a little bit more interesting and really test your patience just that little bit more. He's been known to do it. He's been known to really put up a shot or two. But the same could be said about the man right beside him here, now going ahead, and the big dog, Daryl Arnold. Daryl, class act in his own right, very smart, strategic in how he plays out these races. He's always told me that sometimes the strategies don't work out the way they should, but with tracks like this is his kind of playing field. He loves to run on a big level track like this. He loves to run with how close cornered everything is here. It's really going to boil down to whether or not the truck can last out as long as he wants it to, because he's already trying to go long run. He's also trying to keep up pace with the leaders. It's easier said than done here once they start to get a bit of an advantage. And again, with only lap 30 being our stage break, it's not exactly going to make the trouble and make things a little easier for him. Steven heading in there, and the number 33 also starting to make a little bit of a resurgence. New little scheme on that one as well. Pretty clean looking little ride down there, rocking his track out. Theo continues to mount their charge and mount their way around the place. No driver left unsaid, left untamed here as we continue to fire them off. Julian Conde right now in the number 18, kind of falling back behind a bit, falling off on the grid a little bit more as he goes. He's trying to hang in there and trying to keep up position, trying to keep up pace, but hasn't quite done that just yet here. David Colton in the 99 going down low here, trying to make some moves up to the front. Everybody just kind of pushing and backing their way through the field. And even Robert Kahn, the 21, now doing that and then some here as he puts the Freightliner into the position. And Corey Reed just kind of doing his own thing, just kind of laying off up ahead, not worried about anybody there. Whoa. Except for maybe what's going on back in the back straightaway here. Troubles down there on the back end. Mike Rideout and David Colton colliding with one another. And the caution is out. Just nearing that stage break point, about halfway before the stage break, and we've got ourselves a caution coming out. So time to take a look at the PTM Instant Replay, take a look and see what happened here exactly. Presented by Hubka Real Estate Group, Realtor Group. This is going to be your PTM Instant Replay, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa! And a huge little knock there from the number 5, Chantel Bottle. 5 giving a little bit of a push there, unfortunately, on the 99 of David Colton. And Colton definitely taking quite a bit there. Colton did drive up a little bit, but you can see Chantel definitely had a little bit of time to kind of react to that. So, unfortunately, that's not going to do her any favors here. She's going to have to go put in the back of the pack here for that. So the number 5 will get some damage cleaned up on that one. Takes a little bit of a hit, takes a little bit of a shank out of that one. Take it down now, talk with our drivers though as we get ready to settle them back up. Let's have a listen with some of these cats here as we're going to talk with a few of them right now. Waiting for everybody to kind of come off the track, get everyone in position. And looks like David Colton will stay out of the bunch, so he'll be the only one that stays out. Interesting strategy there, as he'll have to work around that, have to work into position. Let's take a listen down though. The number 77 here, Moynihan, is now with us here in the number 77 Cinnamon Toast Crunch scheme. And Daniel, right now, currently, things been a little bit rocky for you guys in the back, having to try to make your way up to the front. What's going on down there? Moynihan, you got a copy down there? And looks like he does not have a copy here. Hold on a minute. See if we get him now. Moynihan, you got us?
Yes, sir.
All right, hey, bud. Right now, we're watching this kind of race come back out from the pack up to the front. And it seems as though that these trucks are having a little bit of a hard time kind of getting up to the pack with the big guys there and gals. What's going on up there?
Oh man, it's an interesting track to drive because like you gotta be so careful about what line you run. Like if you run the bottom line, your tires go out, but you go faster. But and not to mention it's pretty difficult to pass on here, and I'm just trying to hang on to the back for as long as I can and save my tires and maybe go for a late jab.
Go for a late jab, go for a late little runoff here. Do you think this Nestle Cinnamon Toast Crunch can survive the harsh wear and tear of this place?
I'm hoping so. But I mean, no promises. You know, there might be a wreck here and there that I might get caught up in, but I'm hoping not. Hoping we can pull it through here.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, we appreciate your time here, Moynihan. We'll see what happens down there.
All right, thanks, Chris.
Daniel Moynihan there, ladies and gentlemen, the 77, trying to put some sugar and sweets into these boys and girls' lives here, trying to get this truck into the playing field and into the fray. Back to the green flag, and we're back onto the route here. Everybody moving up the chains, moving into positions. Chantel Bottle definitely going to be being a bit more aggressive here now, having to try to get right back into it there as David Colton and then 99 struggles to find his line and find his keep early here as they are 3 wide sliding down on the back straightaway. 3 wide, meaning their keeps making their moves, looking for everything they can push on around. Oh, and Colton right into the wall. Matthew Hoffer, the 84, and the 99, David Colton, involved in this one off of turn number 3 and a turn number 4. And I'm not sure if Colton just drifted up and got that 84 of Hoffer or what the heck happened there, but that did not go well. That is all I'm going to say there until we visit the PTM Instant Replay. Here it is, the PTM Instant Replay presented by Hubka Realtor Estate Group. Well, I would have gave 99 the benefit of the doubt last time on that one, on that first one, but that's not going to be the case here. Unfortunately came off down in turn number 3 and turn number 4 and took a good little chunk there of the 84. Here's another look at it from another replay. Just drifted up slightly. Hoffer was holding his line up, but you've seen that 99 just dripped a slice bit up more, and that's what took Hoffer to the wall protection. So the EOL was given out, and it looks like Colleton is going to have to take this one. Well, while the field gets straightened back up here on the track, we're going to cut to a quick commercial break here, race fans. When we get back to it, though, the stage has yet to end. It's going to be a little shootout here on PTM Racing TV. Today's race, ladies and gentlemen, here in Joliet, Illinois, is presented in part by our friends at Next Level Racing. Take racing to the next level. By the ButtKicker Company, best in performance for feeling on real tracks of the virtual world, the ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. By Hubka Realtor, a real estate group. Looking for the perfect place to call home? Call up Chris Hubka and Hubka Real Estate Group to get yourself settled in today. By Florida Entertainment Group PC.net, matching your want with your wallet. They will always work with your needs to build the best PC at the right price. And by Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at leisure. Lightning Wrapz will always look to bring out the best designs in your library. Coming back to the line, back to the green. We're back underway. We're back racing, ladies and gentlemen. Running low on laps, though. They've only got about a couple more laps to go. Con not giving anything to Tong there. Tong takes the nudge there from the number 21. Con scrapes, speeding and bruising, bump, rubbing his racing, my friends. We've only got about 10 more laps for the stage. And Daryl Arnold is now in a hunt, in a fray moment here. He's looking for some serious hang time and a good chunk of speed around. Kate Taylor saying, let's go, sister, Cindy Ann Taylor. He's rooting on her sister down there in the number 8 and the number 07. Really dealing with the other lady of the track right now on the 5, Chantel Bottle. But Daryl Arnold watching a tremendous battle going on between him and Tong. And look at Con dealing with some push and some shove. The Hughes Venskill, number 55, Toyota Tundra currently dealing with that the other Tundra right now. The Tundras are in full brigade, and Tyler Orrick with the Silverado says, hey, wait a minute, boys, let's get this party started. Let's put some Chevys and Toyotas together and see which one comes out of this one. Well, right now anyway, the Toyotas are blocking for all their might, for all their worth, trying to hang on. And look at this now down on the bottom. 3 wide. Salute maybe? No. Minute pace. Blocked that off. He didn't want nothing to do with it. He thought about it though. You can see he saw his evil intentions. He had a good idea, but it wasn't quite meant to be. But it is very true though. It is extremely hard to pass. Harder than we had thought was going to be playing out here. Tong right in the middle here, going up top side here with Daryl Arnold, the number 6, moving their way through the field. Tyler Ork in the 8 coming down low, and the Can-Am machine trying to make something work. Both guys still close together, neither one giving an inch. I do apologize for that little slowdown as well, folks. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm going to try to get that fixed out by the time we get to our stage break. I think I might have accidentally pushed the wrong button here on the stream service here. That might be why you see that. So, again, my bad and my apologies. Coming up through the rings, coming up through the banks here, and Ork still dealing with Tong down in the bottom lane of him. Oh, Ork though gets a huge hit, a huge wreck there on the back end, gets taken back, burned off. Takes a good nudge or two from that. Robert Kahn did much of the same. Kahn is in pits. He's on the back straightaway right now. What is going on down there? Manual caution thrown out here for Robert Kahn and them, and I'm not even sure what the heck happened. We were so focused on everything else going on, we completely forgot about this. And it looks like Tong and Auric getting into their Kahn. Kahn gets wrecked out. That should have been a caution immediately out of the gate. I'm not sure what's going on, but the manual call was done there, unfortunately, because, well, the iRacing end didn't even do it. One look at it, though. Takes one more look at this here. This is what got the caution to come out originally, or should have gotten it out. Without a doubt, Tong flipping the number 8 drove up and got him pretty good there. Got a good little hit of him and took him for quite the ride, unfortunately. So the stage will prematurely come to an end, I believe. So the Lightning Wrapz 80 right now are going to have to hit a little bit of a road bump here. The field's currently getting squared back up as the stage break will come to a swift, mature end, if you will. And because that little tag that Nicholas Tong gave to the number 8 at Tyler Org, that will move him back in the pack a little bit. So he's going to have to try to figure out how to come back from it. Now Tong, though, If there's ever a driver we know that can really push his limits and push his luck, it's definitely him. He'll push something around here. Corey Reed with some glitch graphic gremlins right now attacking him on the show, so it looks like he won't be able to continue on at the moment. He's going to try to get those fixed up as soon as possible here, though. Darrell Arnold, the number 6, Tyler Orrick in the 8 will be your 2 front runners. Kevin Menapace, Daniel Moynihan, Cindy Taylor, Chantel Pottle. Rounding out your final front 3 rows. Yeah, there's one thing I'm noticing right now. I'm kind of noticing a bit of a trend. Is that off the start, these tires are actually drifting up a lot quicker. Drivers are having a hard time keeping the speed underneath them and keeping it from getting out of control. I think they may need to really think twice and really start to question whether or not it's the right call to be making too big of a move too quickly. A lot of suspicion going on, a lot of thoughts to be processed. But as we bring it back to the green, all that better get thought of now and taken care of quickly because it's back to the racing. Working them off the inside, then to the outside here. Ball drivers moving the chains up, trying to make for a last bit of run here. Darrell Arnold in the number 6 holds the race lead with Kevin Menapace in the 42 and the 8 of Tyler Orrick working their way around. The stage has concluded, so it's now time to just let them race out the rest of this race. And for some, that might have been literally detrimental to their game plans. A lot of them may have been preparing for a 45 lap little stage race off and not a nearly 50 lap stage off, but that's what they're gonna get. It's gonna be about a 50 stage lap off here, so they need to time their pit strategies and time their fuel mileage perfectly. 50% fuel in those things is not gonna cut it here. Jillian Conde right now working his way down on the bottom lane, working his way to the top, trying to work something up there with that 5 of Chantel Pottle. As the throttle now drives it hard onto the back straightaway. The damage though is on her truck. A little bit not too severe, not too bad, but needs to be careful though. Knows it could be a longer race for her if she's not watching herself. Stevie heading here right now, that 33 currently moving up his chains, moving up the roads here, trying to hang in there with his crew. As the 55 Nicholas Tong just going into full bore Kilgore mode. He's going all over this one. And there it is again right there though. You see just how tricky it is to pass here. These drivers were saying it earlier, it's very difficult to pass, but I think the most difficult part really is actually just trying to survive at this point. It seems like some guys and gals are just not truly kind of keeping themselves in a nice little rhythm, trying to stay out of trouble, and it's getting very difficult down there. Tyler Orrick, talk about a little bit of a run around he's had so far here on this show. He's been put in the wall, he's been up to the front, he's been literally in the midst of battling for a race win. And he's now trying to continue on with that mindset and that strategy here at Chicagoland as he continues to drive off. Kevin Menapace, though, the guy that won the very first race of the Push the Limits Racing League side, yet to have been to victory lane in quite some time, but I believe with that new scheme and that new look to his name, I think honestly that is kind of giving him the satisfaction and the overall speed that he's been looking for, and really what he's needed for so much time. Nichols Tong, though, I tell you what, man, I don't know if this cat's realizing how much he's burning those tires up or how much he's doing to that equipment, but how hard he's racing to get up to that front. He's a madman on a mission, almost you could say a bat out of hell. Not driving completely over his head, though. He is still driving pretty cleanly, pretty smart, with some smarts and some street smarts here. Not saying anything at Ross Chastain, but I mean, even he admitted he was a little bit over his head today. But that's okay. That's okay, Chastain. At least you admitted it up front. But I don't know if the boys are going to be exactly looking at you the same way like that. Of course, that was back at WTC Raceway this day. Here was we were broadcasting you live here on 6/5/22, which ironically enough, last week we were actually there at WTC Raceway, racing these boys and girls out there with these kind of trucks and these kind of equipment, and had a bit of a wild little start, a wild little end there for some drivers. Some gals getting put into bad positions, and another one's going to happen here as Julian Condé rocks the number 18 right into the mix of the 5 Chantal Paddle, and a hit and run there on that. And finally, the actual iRacing system finally works in and gets the caution. But here's why the caution came out. Condé drove up here a little bit in the 18. See, the 5 was kind of forced up there. Ooh, that's a bit of a hard one there, folks. I don't know. You'll have to be the decider on that one. To me, it looked like Chantal Paddle was trying to stay off of wall protection, but Julian kind of ran her up there. You can see Condé right here kind of running her up a little bit. She's trying to stay off that wall. Gets into it, then takes the 18. She's trying to save it and isn't quite able to do so. We'll leave that one up to you guys to decipher, but I don't think I'm going to be able to call that one. So Kevin Menapace will stay the distance, stay out on the track for just a little longer, and when we come back, we're going to see if that strategy works out in his favor, or if maybe he might be running a little over his head.
When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz to get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
And once again, race fans, as we come to you live here for the Lightning Wrapz 80 here in Joliet, Illinois, we want to thank you again to our friends here from our sponsors lineup here, to every one of them. They're helping us out. Without them, the season 7 wouldn't have been able to kick off. So thank you again for your support. And right now, race fans, back live here in Chicagoland Speedway. The drivers are now ready to go back to phase number 2. We have already passed the halfway point. We have gotten through our stages. We've seen some wild moments, some wild racing. Now we need to really kick this thing up a notch. Coming up on the ends here of the field, working their way up. Oh, hold up, hold up, hold up. What is going on down there? Julian Condé with problems. Problems down there for the number 18. He's just lost power. The 18 has lost power and he's gone. He is gone. What on earth is going on down there? I'm not really sure what's going on down there or what happened. I'm trying to get word right now from our producers and see if they can listen into our boy down there and see what's going on, but not receiving word here, so they'll get it back to the green flag. Well, these drivers now are going to have to work their way off around, move their way in positions here, and try to see what they can bolster up. Field coming through the ranks and pushing this one on around. Daniel Moynihan right now trying to keep Kahn behind him at bay here as he works the outside line, trying to save tires up. Stephen Henning, good lord. They're just pushing these things to some limits, all right. You know, I came into the race here today thinking we were going to see some pretty hard, close quarter, pretty good battles here. But it appears either A, the tire model might have changed and something maybe affecting these drivers to where it makes it even harder to race here. Or Something is not of the usual nature, because I don't remember these trucks being this hard to race on this track. Maybe on the late run, but this is the early run here for a lot of these guys. I'm kind of shocked. Kevin Menapace in the 42 right now is your race leader. As Robert Kahn and Daryl Arnold battle in position, battle back in the stock. Looking to go big, go for broke here, trying to hang on down the line here, trying to keep the momentum up to play. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, number 77, for F-150, the only one out there. Still trying to make something work here. Just see the drive and the determination these drivers are feeling right now. They are currently in a hot spot, hot legged up race. Moynihan going to the bottom, shifted up, has to drift up a little bit, opens the door for Daryl Arnold. And we got one slipping and sliding up. That's Robert Kahn, the 21, off of turn 2 to the back straightaway, drives it down low, and the 5 Chantel Bottle also in that mix. I don't even know what the heck is going on at this point, folks. I just am showing along for the ride as much as you are. I kind of watched what we saw last night when it comes to a plate track race, gone completely well and out of absolutely insane moves. But Chicagoland is definitely throwing us a curveball here with the Truck Series division, at least. Kahn and Pottle, well, what a rivalry we're about to renew here. Back at it once again. Chantel driving it down to the bottom, takes the advantage, takes the run, drifts up, lets the corner be at it. She takes it from the 21 on right now as they take it down on this bean-shaped style configuration. It's a mile and a half in length, but it's about as close to more of an oval to a circle as it comes. I always say it's kind of like literally putting a Hickory Motor Speedway and a Iowa Speedway mixed together, and that's what you kind of get is this track. Metaface falling off majorly here. Kind of surprised with this 42 is falling off as much as he is. He had such a strong lead earlier on and then just completely kind of bolstered and lost it late into the speed. What you can't do is give openings up like that and expect this one to work out in your favor. Nicholas Tong and the 55 coming right back up to the crew. He's watching on as a 21 and a 5 battle it out right now for the race lead. Kahn and Pottle trying now to use each other's momentum to oversteer and overpower for the slingshots. Pottle literally been pretty much everything you can think of today. She's been wrecked, she's been spun, she's had a few hits, a few rubs, and a few nudges now. She's taking the lead up and has to deal with her old rival in the 21. Picking up some rivalries going here. The 99 David Colton finally making some trips down memory lane because he's trying to build some speed up as Kevin Menapace heads into pit road. Menapace's strategy will come now into effect. Stephen Henning in the 33 trying to hang in there with these boys and girls as he now tries to work it up. So much transition, so much speed and diversity between these drivers, and some old nudge and bumping and rubbing there. Some damage on the 97 of Moynihan right there. I think that might have been from the number 8 of Tyler Orrick here, as both guys kind of rubbed and raced him up a little bit. You're certainly seeing a lot of it being put to the test, being put on the track here. David Colton as well in the 99. Certainly having his fair share and having his little licks or two to get in. 25 laps to go though here at Chicagoland. Side by side now, the battle's engaged up. Moynihan, Fullerton, Arnold, and Oric, and even Hoff, and even Corey Reed and Henning just literally putting up what I thought honestly was going to be a bit of what we were going to see earlier, but it did not turn out to be that way. This is exactly what we come to expect in Chicagoland, is this close corner fight here between these 6 drivers. Reed is a lap down, or well, a lap down. He's a couple laps down, unfortunately, due to his unfortunate issue with the internet's connection today with the Kutchkopf Gremlin. The Gremlins were not having it with him, unfortunately, and he knew it. Shifting, weebling, and wobbling, trying to find openings, trying to find a leg up or two to work around. 21 Robert Kahn here right now, working with a 5 Chantel Pottle to keep up the draft, keep up with the speed. He knows with that 550 horsepower package, that dirty air is going to be extremely difficult maneuvering around here at Chicagoland. We talk about it constantly, and just that 550 horsepower package is never any good on these mile and a halves when it comes to literally not keeping a close corner and close pack. But when you want to make a good, when you make one for a good pass, it's extremely difficult to secure and do, because that dirty air just is a different story. No matter what you do, no matter how much you try to push and shove, you literally have to put that thing so close where you actually have to nudge him out of the way and give him the bump and run on a mile and a half, and believe me, you don't want to do that. Mikey Branham saying, God, Kevin Minute pace, keep it up. Well, he was keeping it up, but right now he's currently having to fall back into the 12th slot right now, dealing with the troubles that he suffered earlier on. A lot of drivers right now just trying to keep up pace, trying to keep up with the distance. Cindy Taylor in the 07 with a race spot like she's in right now. Honestly, she won't have any troubles keeping her points lead. She is currently the points leader in the NASA 07 Chevrolet Silverado. Yeah, again, it's all boiled down to one thing: consistency. She's been consistently the best driver and has a win to her name. And she seemingly does not give in to any positions, does not give anything out to anyone. So, you know, people can say what they want. They've always kind of put it as the Matt Kenseth rule of thumb, but really that's kind of about as far-fetched from the truth as it comes. You're still actually going out there and earning your points and earning your race positions. So, people can say all they want about getting a race win, yeah, how much that means anything, but to me, it doesn't. To me, you can't be chaotic and expect race wins to mean all that much, when literally you need to go out there and be the best driver all around, consistently on average and on speeds. Robert Kahn fades out, Chantel Pyle stays out, Dustin Sonaker in the 50 with a new wheel and a new rig bolstered up on that thing. And I tell you what, he told me about what he got, and it kind of reverberated back what I do, which is I've got a direct drive and he got a direct drive as well, but he's also got some really strong set of pedals down there that really inhibit his pure speed and consistency, and now the control that he can bring to the table. I've never seen Sonaker as smooth and as good as he has been up till this last bit. Julian Conde saying, sorry guys, I have internet issues. Well, I think that might be the least of the troubles right now, bud, because Dustin Sonaker's got truck issues. Corey Reed having to get out of the way and avoid him there. Does indeed, but that was not a pretty sight to behold. Cindy Taylor literally just driving this thing off from the track here. She's actually pitted in the same time Chantel Pottle did earlier. And she's going to go in the same time Pottle is, so that will set the speed, set the pace for her, and the two ladies now have a chance. But there is one gleaming issue right up ahead, and that is Nicholas Tong. How much of those fresh tires are going to be enough with the lap counter to knock down that 55? And even the 21 of Robert Kahn may have something to kind of give them to it. Bottle needs to get in and out of pit road quickly. Same for Cindy Taylor. Both drivers getting their rights. Now getting the lefts on. Tong is coming off of turn number 4 now. The 5 is getting out of pit road. So now it's going to be a drag race when they get onto that back straightaway to see who outsmarts the other. Tong, though, will take the lead. It's a drag off, drag out fight here. The laps are going to matter, and they're going to be extremely crucial. Tong went in at lap 59, Khan went in at lap 63, and Pottle was at 65, same for Taylor. So, 2-lap difference. I mean, that seems like that's not a much deal, but that could be a huge deal considering Khan's expertise and his level of racing that he possesses. He can honestly outsmart and outclass everybody, but Tong, though, with a 59 lap position he put himself into, he's running a very big risk here if he does not try to find some help or find someone to draft off. And it looks like he's trying to get help from the 84 Hofford. Hofford's like, forget about that. Whoa, but does get into the wall, gets down to the apron a little bit. The 84 getting a little bit too close for comfort. Gets out of the way though. Hangs on and structures the truck back out as he fights with Tong. Hofford right down the bottom of Tong right now. Tong currently probably a little bit seething nose. He's going to have to let him go. He cannot afford to race like that with this kind of speed and momentum really bolstered up. You can see the difference between the 5 and the 6 the 07 right now. The 6 is Daryl Arnold actually making a little bit of a resurgence here as he's now coming back up through the ranks. Dustin Sonaker with that little problem, that just slight spin he had in pit road, it literally cost him precious, and I mean precious, time to be had, and to say the least here. He's going to have to live with that one pretty quickly. But look at the gap here. Look at this, race fans. This is not the gap we were expecting. We were expecting a bit of a change here from the Khan and Pottle end here, but this is not what Pottle would want to see here. See if lap 69 gives her something better. No, it does not. She's going to need a little help here because these tires are not kicking the speeds in the way she wants to unless she's trying to save as much as she can. Again, I know she's looking for a podium finish, but we know as well as anything she's hungry for a race win. She has not been there in so long, has been put over so many times and really put into a bad spot, does not want the same fate again. Tong, though, needs to stay focused and keep up his speed, keep his run off to try to have some way somehow to knock off Cindy Taylor's points carry points run. But that wall shot right off of turn number 2 may have just made him look human here. He drove it in too deep. He opened the door up. Now he's going to have himself a lot of trouble on his hand. Robert Kahn just got a gift and a half from Tong. You want to know how serious that little hit in the wall was? There's a look at it. That is a full tenth and nearly a half of a gap. Just switched up. Tong is in trouble. And he is in extremely tough trouble here. This is a situation he cannot get out of, and he's going to have to watch out for. Matthew Meyer saying, come on, minute pace right now. Well, unfortunately, minute pace at 42, a lap down, and unfortunately, due to the pit stops, couldn't quite get a perfect end time. Now, that's a darn shame, too, because minute pace earlier on, man, he was giving these guys something to think about. He was running them into the ground, that's for sure. Daniel Moynihan with one last push, one last run, and a little bit of a life left back in him. He gets around with Stephen Henning in that number 9. And then a Cinnamon Toast Crunch Nestle Vessel here puts the Ford F-150 back into the 8th round. Tom being hunted down not just by Khan and passed up, but also is being hunted down by Chantel Bottle. Bottle now finally getting some speed under her wings and some speed under the hood. Trying to get that 55 and then take on that 21. She's got the laps. Now she just needs the run. And she's closing both those boys off quickly here. If you want to see why she's getting so much speed, why she's getting more and more ground on these boys, this is the reason why. Fresh air, not too much dirty air. And she's currently just sticking to one line and one line only, and that's exactly what she needs to do. Don't worry about anybody else on the track. Don't worry about the mirrors. Don't worry about anything. Just get the truck into the right spot. Hit your marks and hit the spots just right. We're down to the final 5 laps here in Chicagoland. Steven Hennon, though, hasn't quite done with the side-by-side close corner battles here, though. He's trying to get back up there to Moynihan here as a 33 with maybe a last gas, a last breath in that 33, trying to take down Moynihan here. The only Ford in this field, and he's been trying to keep everyone at bay and keep everyone at arms, but hasn't quite been able to do it here. Heading to the bottom, looking for the run, looking for the speed. Got a great push off of turn number 4, but not quite enough. Not quite enough indeed. David Colton, the 99 now, slowing up a bit. Tong coming right for him here. Chantel Bottle literally just completely punching her ticket up to that 55. The 5 and the 55 going to renew their little battles they've had before, with Pottle literally on a fresh set of tires and a whole lot more speed. Looking out though for Colton. Remember earlier, Colton and her collided in turn 2. That's not going to happen there. Entering in turn 3 though, trying to block. Tong throws a late block, went down low. Blocked the Pottle's run. Chantel had a great burst of speed. She was trying to catch Conway. She just lost all of it though, just from that little block there. Now trying to force the 55 to make a choice. Well, Tong says, I'm going to the inside, then you can deal with me. You can try to pass me on the outside, but that's not enough there, Tong. You can't outrace someone with a fresher set than you, my friend. She's got the run, and she takes the position. But as I say that as well, we lead it into the final laps. White flag high in the air for the Rattlesnake. Khan is right now in a bit of a huge drought. He's looking for the speed, looking for the end zone here. The end game is in near range. Bottle had a chance to catch him, maybe, but it was not to be with Tong. Throwing that late block. And Robert Kahn, off of turn number 4, brings it home to the checker flag. He wins the Lightning Wrapz 80 at Chicagoland. And Bottle will be the bridesmaid once more. Tong will go third, though. Holds on to a pretty good position. Cindy Taylor will hold the race lead, hold the points lead down. Daryl Arnold, though, great showing, gets top 5 at last for him. What a race by everybody involved in the last half. That one got pretty crazy. Khan once again proving his might, showing his stripes, and takes this one home with all his sight. Celebration time in PA for the boys down with the con camp. The Rattlesnake will win this one out. Now time for your race results presented by Ford Entertainment Group, PC.net. And here's how we finish it. Con, full length run, takes this one to the end, takes Chantel Bottle down. Nicholas Tong goes third. Cindy Taylor must finish fourth. Darrell Arnold will go top 5 to end out his campaign here in the Lightning Wrapz 80. Then Tyler Orrick, Mike Rideout, Daniel Moynihan, Stephen Henning, and Matthew Hoffert rounding out your top 10 in this one from a wild, chaotic race to say the least. Pretty impressive performance by all involved, though. Great stuff in the last half there. Well, the first half may have been a bit wild, but for some other drivers, they managed to bounce back pretty quickly and pretty well, we'll say. So coming away now here into the third place rung will be Nicholas Tong at the 55. And Nicholas, congratulations on that third place finish here, sir. But talk about having to kind of put yourself in a bit of a rabbit hole. You got yourself in a bit of a mess earlier, came back, fought hard, and this one ended up working out all right for you.
Yeah, looking back, third place is not too bad. First, and like to congratulate the 21 and the 5 car for their first and second place finishes. Looking back, it really should have been a first, but seeing lapped cars treating other people's differently, is definitely not the thing you want to see, especially when you got a sizable lead and you run into the wall because, of differential in terms of treatment. So, it's a shame, but happy to walk away with third today.
Having to walk away with third, of course, I know you definitely sound a little bit frustrated about that, but at the same time, I mean, you got a lot of times, a lot of speed still to go, and with some really unique tracks coming up here, I gotta think you're getting ready to have to switch the tire treads out and have to get more into those dirt treads here soon enough.
Absolutely, yeah, it's a completely different challenge here, especially not just from week to week, but just going off the whole season, completely different tracks. So definitely gonna have to switch out the treads for some different ones. Looking forward to be there in a couple weeks though.
Absolutely. Well, Tong, as you come away here third today, though, who you want to thank you for this one?
Just want to thank ButtKicker. Want to thank ButtKicker and all the guys who make it possible. Uh, Next Level Racing, Lightning Wrapz, Hubka, FEGPC. Making the league possible. Thanks to you as well for being the impromptu flag staffer, but yeah. Thanks for making it possible. Definitely having fun out here, so looking forward to see you guys in a couple weeks.
For sure there. Nick, congratulations, man. We'll see you next time out.
Thanks, take care.
Nicholas Tong, ladies and gentlemen, coming away here in the 55's third place finish, but the second place finish to the big Lightning Wrapz scheme, number 5 here in the Lightning Wrapz 80 will go second today. And Chantel, this was definitely a remarkable race from your end. You had pretty much gotten beaten, battered, and destroyed a few times, but yet you still find a way to fight out to the end. And a little bit of a late run there, end up getting to the 55, but not enough to get around to Con.
Yeah, for sure. I was saving my fast repair until the last stop there, so I could have a bit more speed. I think we probably would have caught Con only before we got hung up there a little tiny bit, but that's it. Second's better than what I had last week, so I'll take that.
I was going to say, Worldwide Technology Raceway, man, that Gateways race just completely took you for a bit of a wild ride, but I presume that you used a little bit of the confidence you've known back from the heat days here into iRacing to get Chicagoland back on your radar for a top finish today.
Yeah, for sure. It's a fun track and it's fast.
It's fast, it's awesome, and it was a good time to see. So, nevertheless, though, as you come away here second place, taking these boys for quite the ride, and some of the other ladies too, who do you want to thank you for this one?
Everyone at Pendleton Metal Racing League and all of our sponsors we have, only for them, we won't be able to put all this on, so.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, Chantel, we do appreciate your time here today. Congratulations here in Joliet as you come away here for the second place finish.
Thanks.
A podium for the throttle. Chantel Pottle shows her way to second place. And the man on top of it all is the guy that pilots the 21. The Rattlesnake strikes again, race fans. And Con, is there ever a time you don't try to strike this field down with all your might on this raceway?
This is one of my favorite tracks, but I'm just happy. I didn't think I'd get to talk to you this season, but yeah, I love coming here. I circle this track every time we come here. But overall, it was a good race. There's a lot of fast people in that, so I feel pretty lucky to get that.
And so there's a lot of fast people, a lot of fast compadres, and everyone trying to make some moves. And the first half, it seemed like it was just a matter of survival, trying to get out of that pack, and trying to get out of the messes there. But you get into the late half and the stages, and then it looked like you guys really had to kick things up a notch and really have to get pretty clever out there.
Yeah, definitely. a lot of people were pitting kind of early. I think to get a jump on it, try to get ahead for, but there was like a fine line of staying out too long and then staying just in the right time. But it gave me about 7 laps fresher tires, which was the key to it. So I know if we had about 6 more laps, Pottles was going to catch me. She was gaining like a second a lap on me. So um, if it would have been 5 more, it wouldn't have been mine. So I'm just happy to walk away with this one.
For sure there. Well, Con, as you walk away here, the victor of the Lightning Wrapz 80, who do you want to thank for this today?
Thank ButtKicker. That helped me out tonight big time. I want to thank you, PTM TV, everyone who helps us out and supports us in this league. So that's it. Thank you, man, and move on to next week.
Move on to next week, indeed. Nevertheless, Con, congratulations, sir.
Thanks, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Kahn coming away here, your race winner, the Lightning Wrapz 80 winner here today, here on PTM Racing TV. And a big thank you again to all our sponsors and help out this season with Next Level Racing, the ButtKicker Company, Hubka Real Estate Group, FEGPC.net, and Lightning Wrapz for all your support and all you bring to the table. Without you guys and the fans out there as usual, that it truly would never feel right. But nevertheless, race fans, we appreciate your support. We appreciate you all for coming on board today. We'll see you guys next time when the green flag flies on PTM Racing TV.